This is the Benjamin Zulu Global. Welcome our viewers from all over the world to the home of the Heart Matters. We're converging to learn together because when you know better, you can do better. And a better life is what we all want. Better work life, better family life, better personal life.
What's up, great people, and a very warm welcome to the Benjamin Zulu Show. In this book, Healing Your Inner Self, and the purpose of healing your inner self is to commence your best life. The book is by Benjamin Zulu. It's a book you can read every day, just to be able to achieve your highest self, really. It talks about how to heal from different things, and one of the things it talks about is healing from damaging relationships and emotional attachments. One of the things that can cause, one of the aspects of a damaging relationship is one where you were financially depleted, ended up being financially depleted, deflated, and that ties in very well with our show today. But before I go into that, I just want to tell you to get your copy now through the WhatsApp number on your screen. Make your order through the WhatsApp number on your screen, regardless of where you are, around Kenya, around Africa, or around the world. And we're going to tell you how you can get yourself a copy, and you can get many copies, gift your class if you're a teacher, gift your whole school. This book can be a set book for your whole school, for your campus. Everyone needs a copy of this book, so make sure you get one for yourself. So today we are talking about how to know whether your prospect is just in a season where they are financially down or just deeply financially disorganized.
And now that you've mentioned set books, I'm just remembering where they used to just tell us stories, where there was no book about wellness. No wonder we are still so foreign to the idea of correcting our emotional life, healing. It is being introduced so late in life.
So late, when you're so damaged, you've made so many mistakes, life has hit you left, right, and center.
And life is so short.
Yeah.
Thank you for suggesting that.
Yeah.
I would rather that a parent, as we give these young ones a peek preview of what can go wrong before it goes wrong.
Yes.
Before they are wounded, show them what they need to protect.
Yes.
And I like that concept of when you love people, give them what can change their life. Don't just always, it's okay to give these gifts that are just for one day, but when you give a gift that can change their mind, it works more.
Yes.
So now we are discussing how to tell when their person is just financially inconvenienced or they're financially disorganized.
Yeah.
All right. Is this a season or a mindset? People will never tell you their mindset. You are the one to diagnose it.
Yeah.
They always call it a situation. Something happened.
And they blame factors and circumstances around them.
COVID disrupted people.
Yes.
But those who are only disrupted are already getting back on their feet. A person was already disrupted, but they just got a more convenient excuse.
Yeah.
A person was always disorganized. They'll always quote any excuse.
Yeah.
They tell you there's a payment they're expecting. Give them some load. There's a payment. They say we should do this. They should do this in the meantime.
Yeah.
They keep counting on money that is not even in their pocket.
Yeah.
So now, people's money life, they tend to keep it hidden, and you only come to learn about it when you become a part of their life.
Yeah.
So we're going to tell you the telescopes you shall use.
Give them to us.
To zoom in.
Yes.
To see.
Yeah.
And again, men tend to ignore the financial behavior of women, forgetting that she will be the home manager. And then when she's financially disorganized, that family will grind and struggle. Let me tell you the truth. You don't live well because of how much you earn. You live well because of how well you manage it.
Yes.
Society glorifies how much salary, how much income, what kind of job, what kind of money they get.
Which company you work in.
Yeah. People want to know the figure.
Yes.
And you don't become wealthy by how much you get. You get wealthy by how much you retain. You don't live well by how much you're paid. You live well by how you manage what you're paid. Amounts vary, of course. You don't want to stay. Amounts matter. You don't want to stay on a small pay every day. But the way you handle what you're getting, as you scale higher, as you aim higher, in fact, you can't go any higher if you are not managing what you're getting well. So the first sign whether a person is, again, people can grow. You can meet a person who's mismanaging money today.
Okay.
And they hit rock bottom and they learn the lessons and they change. Human beings have that neuroplasticity. They are flexible mentally.
Okay.
That if they really want to change, they can change. But we are telling you that that kind of change is not always guaranteed because it's painful. For people to change their attitudes and their habits, it's painful and they may avoid it until too late. You may not sit there and wait. So character change, habit change is not yours to wait about matters like money. You want a person who by the time they're coming to seek to settle, they are on a level head, money-wise.
Yeah.
All right? A person who's financially disorganized, first of all, is not licensed for any practice. They're trying to get married. Hey, you want a person who's licensed practitioner in something. How are they going to earn their money?
What do you mean by licensed?
Trained.
Okay.
A person who's trained in something.
Qualified.
Qualified.
Something. Okay.
A person who is recognized practitioner in one field.
Okay.
If people tell you they just run hustles here and there.
Yeah, you've just thrown out a lot of people
Yes.
who are successful business people.
No, businesses are licensed. So when I say certified,
Okay.
I just mean a bit.
Okay.
Yes. So if a person has an established competence and they are qualified practitioner in something, now they have a plan to get money. You may think it's a small thing, but many people are marrying when they have no plan to get money.
Okay.
They start talking about love when they're just first year university, when they just dropped out, they've never finished anything, things are still pending, they're still trying to get a child, try to date this person and the other one.
To get a child.
Yes. Imagine. They can't even pay their own bills.
So off tangent.
Yes, it's these lovey-dovey things. I'm mixing it because people never, they even say, oh, you were surprised? I realized suddenly, oh, boom, I was pregnant, boom, I was, they act like they're surprised.
Then boom, we just went on a date and then boom.
I don't stop there. I was saying, oh, the pregnancy was unplanned. I always ask, was the sex planned? That's all. Please, can you start talking about planned sex? I think that's more realistic.
The sex was not planned.
Was it intentional? Okay, so let's go to was it conscious?
In
So
Swahili we say nilijikuta.
we shall excuse only people who are violated.
Okay.
Please, if people violated you sexually, we are sorry and we hope they rot in jail. The rest of don't call it unplanned. When you engage in activity that leads there, you know what you're risking. You don't risk what you know you can't afford. Well, how come you never bought an helicopter accidentally? Not planned.
They didn't have the money.
Thank you very much. Why are you buying babies then? When you don't have the money? It's the same.
The baby
It's the
found
same.
me. Even when you acting like you don't know what happened.
I know what happens. I just know I can't afford it. So, when you know you can't afford it, you don't veer there. How many of us have been to DT Dobby? I don't know when lastly you went to DT Dobby? The guys who sell Mercedes.
But I'll go. Now that you've mentioned.
Thank you very much.
I'll go.
And when you go, you know very well what they need. You can window shop. You're welcome to window shop.
Yeah.
But by the time you say, now, I want this one, you can wire. They see the money coming in.
Yeah.
We are just saying decisions have costs. And people sometimes have not organized their lives to earn in a solid, consistent way.
Okay.
Let me tell you, we have brought too much YouTubers, too much influencers, too much content creators, too much. I'm not saying they are not valid jobs, but people now have mixed themselves up. They call the DJ, model, content creator, YouTuber, TikToker. So tick, you know, I don't know why I don't know why they call it tick, because people just went there to TikTok. You know.
So that we can all spend our time there all day. TikTok.
You know.
Yeah, the whole day lapses there.
I know people are now mixed in that hazy space,
Yeah.
that has no measure. You can't measure,
Yeah.
And I want you to just go down. So what are you licensed in? I mean, what is your recognized
What's
practice?
your profession?
Thank you very much. What is your job? You need to know that, because some of these passing fads, somebody was taking advantage of the mask. You know, the masks, and they sold masks.
Yeah.
But what if this is a passing trade?
Yeah.
Is this your occupation? Marriage is long term. You want a plan that can earn you money long term. Really, the first sign that a person is financially organized is when they have planned on how to earn money consistently.
Okay.
There's a universal hiding place called business. What do you do? Business.
Yeah.
So do you sell peanuts or do you sell cars?
Peanuts still.
Can we get specific?
Gosh.
No, not probably in peanuts, but can we at least quantify your business?
Okay.
So there's also people also going into things that feel like counseling, and they don't have any certification or qualification that they can solve what kind of problem. They just give you a general name. I don't want you to stop there.
Life coach.
You know?
Yeah.
Motivational speaker.
Yeah.
Author.
Yes.
So they
Yes.
write a funny book collecting a few quotes from YouTube,
Yeah.
from Google, and they just paste there. And they carry a few books. You know? And the book is called You Too Can Make It. You too after who? The one who is selling has not made it. And they're trying to sell. So one guy was making a joke about a guy who has published a book about 100 ways to make money. And he's borrowing him money to publish the book. Just pick one of the ways that you're publishing the book.
The 101th way is to borrow money, and that's what he's implementing.
So people have become motivational speakers. They move around with funny books. Now that's their career. and planless people. Make sure, and for us brothers, my mentor told me to be keen, that you see a woman who was planning to live her life.
Oh, okay.
She planned on getting married, but she was not waiting on the man to bring the financial plan, to bring the income. She really built herself. Only a builder can help you build. That was his philosophy. That if you find a person is just sitting home, you can decorate your nails, but some people just decorate their nails, decorate their body, and they're not building anything.
Okay.
They're just there softly.
Soft life.
Just there. And so you show up, you find a lot of running bills.
There's a debt at the salon.
Yes.
There's another debt at the boutique.
So when they meet you, they're usually hoping how much they go home with. You can see the pressure for money.
Oh.
And while she's all this decorated, all this charming, all this sexy and all that, and many of them is eating fair thing, is a financial disorganized people, financially disorganized, and they're looking for anywhere they can get any kind of money. It's very hard to say no to men when you're financially disorganized. It's not always about sex and please, can we sometimes become more real? It's not about how sexy and romantic the guy is. It's just you're in a rut. This guy threw some 2K. Every time we meet, he throws something. You are forced to tag along to get that.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, we have not told women enough. And we are talking too much about principle. Can you start with money before you go to principle? All right. There's another principle of life. Money answers everything. You have so many questions in life. Do you have the answer? You don't have the answer for your salon, the answer for your shoes, the answer for that dress, the answer to pay, the answer. Yeah. You have too many questions. If you are depending on guys to answer for you, you're also going to answer something else for them. Okay?
That is true.
You find yourself there, and you had not planned.
I don't even want to laugh because that is true. So true.
By neglecting to have financial plan for your life, I tell you the truth, you're exposing yourself to predators.
Yeah.
And you keep saying relationships don't work for me. Just say money does not work for me. Can we change language sometimes, become more honest? It's not relationship, it's money. Okay?
Yeah.
You can't say no to a man who has money even if he doesn't have the characters you want. Because you need money so bad and you don't have it.
Yeah.
You're in the negative, you're being threatened,
Oh,
and he has promised some rent. As he paid the rent, he came and spent over. We said when people pay rent, they're also renting their tenant. So usually, generally, as a general rule.
I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming.
It's a general rule. It's a give and take world, okay?
Okay.
So get used to it.
So if he pays my rent.
Yeah, he has also rented. Yeah,
The tenant.
The tenant, yeah.
Hey, Gori.
He can't pay rent and you refuse him to come sleep over. Do those kind of things.
Yeah, you can't. You can't refuse.
Whoever pays the piper calls the tune.
tune.
All right. And some rules are just like, there's nothing like free lunch in this world.
True.
There's no free food at the end of a fish hook. The one who thinks there's free food is the food.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Just free food floating around. And you're like you not. You go, you're the food.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
If fish learned to live on their own means, we'll never fish them. If they learn that there's no food floats.
Yeah.
So a lot of fish women are still looking for floating food, eh? And we have also young men, these Ben 10, so to speak, so-called, who are looking for these women who are moneyed to also merchandise.
Yeah. Yeah.
And those are very passionate young men. They are usually 24 to 27, thereabout. Very naive. But they have a lot of energy. Except their body, they have nothing else. So they are merchandising their body, their energy. They do a lot of gym to impress you. And they want these women with life, house, cars, money, to boost him with some money while he's spending there to play guitar for you. And many are making it a lifestyle because they're finding easy money. For though it's not easy money, you're actually selling something bigger. Joseph did not know his future, but he refused to compromise even at the expense of a prison, the expense of being thrown to prison by his boss. The reason many men remain paupers, never become princes, because they don't do the Joseph run. Every man must flee like Joseph if you're going to become prince. You will never ascend to your calling until you can run away from sex, even at the cost of being punished for it. That's why so many men don't make it anywhere in life. That is the reason. Stop overthinking it.
That's it?
Yes. A huge chunk failed that test. There are many other tests, of course. Being driven, having dream.
Yeah.
Joseph had dreams and visions, and he had a lot of potential.
What is it now?
Because you women, the first thing you see is what?
Potential. Why are you attacking it?
Because you girls stop there. That guy has potential. Everybody has potential.
Okay. So.
Please. Okay. It's good you notice the potential. Now can you move on?
Okay.
Can he say no to luring, to the seductress of Proverbs chapter 6? I stood through my window. I saw in particularly one foolish young man from the city square who met this seductress, met him and hugged him, kissed him, said, my husband will be long gone. He carried a lot of money. He's doing a long travel. Come, let us eat bread, stolen bread, and perfume. But come, and he was led like sheep to slaughter. Today men are not slaughtered physically, but they are slaughtered mentally, slaughtered emotionally, slaughtered dream-wise, slaughtered vision-wise. Yeah. You have seen alcoholics who speak very refined English in their drunken state. And it makes you sad because you see how he sold what he could have become for alcoholism. Can I also surprise you that sometimes the alcohol is just a refuge? The real problem is lack of sexual discipline. When he cannot stand the guilt of what he has done, he goes to alcohol to soothe, to silence him, to silence the guilt. You need a person who has built, and for brothers in particular, make sure this woman is financing her lifestyle.
Okay.
It's not being financed by mom, it's not being financed by dad. He may come from a well-off family. I hope we are the last generation to come from poverty, so that poverty will no longer be a checkpoint.
Yes.
Checkpoint will be personal responsibility.
Yes.
But that's a universal checkpoint.
Yes.
Personal responsibility. So make sure these girls, this person's life, they are financing it. That way you will not feel immediate pressure the moment you get in contact with them. And the relationship is sincere. You cannot have a sincere relationship when you need the ones you are dating to boost you. You cannot. Can you have a life that does not need a booster, even bus fare? Transport yourself so that you can see people objectively. Yeah. Have enough money to pay whatever you're eating there in case they behave funny. Because some people bring you on a date on a very high-end hotel and they can't even afford it.
Yeah.
And they're fidgeting anytime the menu is coming.
I know.
They're so uncomfortable. They disappear, reappear. They are going to the washroom too many times. Do you have a stomach? You are running stomach. Why all this discomfort?
I've been on such a date. I was so uncomfortable.
I mean, what is it? We can pay. I can just relax.
When the bill came, he looked at it and then he fidgeted. And then he went to the washroom. I'm like, are we okay? Do you need some help? Yeah, because I have the money. But I also don't want to pay because you're the guy. So, yeah.
Why all this? Why all this?
Yeah.
And when you choose a restaurant as a guy, always choose the restaurant within your budget. And if you want, you can play the game of talking to the waiter first. When we come here, there is nothing else available except tea and mandazi, okay?
Wait, what's that about the washroom? Is he
trying to call somebody, borrow this, process the stress, just handling the stress. So if a lady suggests a restaurant, many times when she invites you for the date, she's willing to pay.
Yeah.
If you're the one who was invited, take her to a place where within your budget.
Okay.
And many times, many dates don't involve binge eating.
Mm-hmm.
People are focusing on the environment and talking.
Yeah.
It's many times light things. You can also take a meal if it's meal time, but many times that's why you choose a restaurant. I always enjoy that date where we only took one can of yogurt.
Okay.
It was a big place, but because it had grass fields, walkways.
Wow.
That's why you spend most of the time.
Where was that?
I ask brothers to go to malls. Malls have a lot of parking space, a lot of work space, a lot of all this.
Yeah.
You can actually
that's a very good idea.
Compensate.
Yes.
And as you walk, that's more now real.
Yeah.
That's real life.
That's very good.
That's real life. And you walk around here, seeing sight here, and all that talking and all that. You've sat here, you talk. Within a short, okay, we took tea here, but you don't spend all our time there.
Yeah.
Get out, go see around. Let me tell you, that kind of interaction is more 3D.
Yes.
Than this fixated 1D.
At that point, I feel like telling brothers, you'll be surprised how little the things that women get excited by are.
When you can create real personal connection, you win. You win. We take a photo over there in this setting, we take another one here. We enjoy that scenery there.
Yeah.
And relaxed. Sometimes this face-to-face looks interrogative and
interviewing.
Too much this way.
Yeah.
Even the sitting, we said it should be this way, not this way. This is not date-like.
Right.
Should be, so that we're seeing the world the same way. I'm not seeing your background. It's more, and there's also, shoulders can brush occasionally. That is more personal than when it is interrogation. So tell us about yourself. What are you looking for in a man? And what is your plan? No.
All the hard questions first.
No. Flow. Comment about this and the other.
Yeah.
And how that relates to your life. The real conversations are less direct, or they're less guarded. When it is direct, it's guarded and controlled. Yes. But if you're just giving opinion about that behavior, now you're telling me about yourself indirectly. That is more real.
Yes.
That is less controlled. Yes. The first sign is a person who has not invested the last decade building their financial future.
That also means they should not be 20 because they were in school the last decade.
Please.
Yeah.
You need a person who you can see a chunk of time spent preparing for their money life.
Okay.
If this woman has always thought about men, run. Money is more faithful than men generally, and the instinctive woman knows that.
Yes.
She wants to start with a faithful thing, okay? Yes. And the other slippery one now, we can check about it.
Can talk.
Once I secure the one who does not run. Money does not run.
Yeah.
It's always there. There's no opinion.
Okay, but it runs, but you can always get it back.
It does not run. You're the one who misspends it, This athlete who said, athletes make money and then the money runs ahead of them. It's faster than them.
Okay.
You was just using metaphor for poor spending. So you need a person who has developed themselves to a career. Some people are literally stuck at home, depending on handouts from siblings and relatives. and they're hiding it like it's just a rough patch in their business. They have this taxi, but they stand in the same place watching TikTok movies the whole day. They have this shop, but they're just there. Caricature.
Yeah.
They have this business, they have this place, they show up, they tell you they're in internship. Why are you marrying people in internship anyway?
No, what is it, Benjamin? I know there's a couple watching us and they're in intern. One of them is an intern.
Internships vary according to industry. There are some interns that are quite developed in their work. But if you are not yet licensed, you're still in school, just doing part-time. That's what I'm asking. You're still trying to learn. You're not yet qualified. Sometimes you've already graduated, you're actually grown, you're just using internship to enter the industry. I'm talking about the internship that you are still a student. That's where
I know that's what you mean, but I guess sometimes it can look appealing, like she's graduated, she's found an intern.
Yeah, we are saying that's a grown-up.
Okay.
When a person is already licensed,
you mean still in school?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Practitioners that enter the industry in many ways.
Okay.
If you're a government employee and they're taking eternity to absorb people, it may take you that long. The other quality is when they are in bad debt, huge loans, they're in negatives that are not proportionate to their income. There's no realistic, soon, near future way of paying this. You have no way of learning debts directly because they are not likely to disclose it because it's shameful. Debts are usually shameful. People gloss over it, hide it. But you pick that as stressor. You pick phone calls that they keep rejecting. You pick something. You pick. You can pick a creditor who is running after them. You can pick things that keep disappearing in their life. You can pick a crisis. When people are in loans, and this is not about just about student loan, but the way a person managing the student loan, because sometimes people take quite a number of years to pay it, the way they are showing up and negotiating it shows you that they are engaged. If they have fled, its penalties accumulating.
Yeah.
When you marry them, you're marrying all that. Remember, you're marrying the net effect. This person's net worth will become part of your life.
Yeah.
If the net one is minus 2 million, negative 2 million in debt, and you are just plus 1 million, now the net is negative. Remember that.
Yeah.
You are mixing your life with this person.
Yeah.
I would rather by the time you're committing to this person, you know how they're managing the little financial things they had ongoing, because that's how they manage the bigger one.
Yeah.
And the other thing you need to check is, are they always broke? You need a person who, even if they're earning small, they can pay the little payments around their life. Nobody needs to give the other bus fare. You can give as a courtesy. Sometimes men want to really contribute to the woman. Our instinct is to give. When a man is but you don't give because it's being demanded. You also use the giving as a test to see that she's lapping up everything. She doesn't care about you as well. A woman who was organized and she was willing to meet, she was enjoying the company. You may insist and you pay this and that, but you see that she was not depending on it. She's not just taking up everything.
Yeah.
She's also worrying, do you have enough? Why do you want to get half,
Yeah.
I have all that. And I found when on other days I had to borrow a Kina Johnny to top up.
Okay.
Because the dates would eat more than I hoped. The dates would end up more expensive than I hoped. And you have to use taxis everywhere. And in some spaces, the distance is so long, and then the taxi is damaged. And matatus are everywhere.
And those days, was there Uber?
Yes, Ubers were there, but because there were few, the prices were also very high.
Okay.
Now, when I finally went there with this assigned the same amount, usually used like 2,000, and it is still there, almost intact. You have not even spent half by the time we are done.
Yeah.
And this person they're not pretending. You can see that's how they live. They're frugal, they're practical. And they're not a miser.
Yeah.
But you can sense a prudence with money.
Okay.
I knew now, this is a keeper, this is a preserver, this one is not a waster. This one knows about money. Yeah. That's why now I insist, let me pay the trip back, because I still have the money anyway.
Yeah.
I'm not even, when a man truly cares, he wants to give. Men always give as a way to show affection and as a way to test who they're dealing with. Giving is the right way. Stinginess is not the right way. When you hold back, you don't know who you're dealing with.
Okay.
And you can, actually missed out on a good woman, because even good women want to know whether you are a giver, because they want to marry a person who can actually provide for the family.
Yeah.
Who can provide. Even if she's working, and she will not always be working, and she can't be the one to carry that burden. She wants to make sure you have the capacity. So women want to make sure you have financially organized life.
Yes.
Whether she's earning more than you or more than whoever, you are the family leader. Are you up to the task?
Yes.
Because circumstances can come when the family leader is the one kicking the ball. I'm doing the supporting role I was supposed to be getting, babysitting. You may, turns of life may come.
Yeah.
And I'm doing what I signed up for.
Yeah.
And I don't want the pressure of what I started, always chipping in. I must chip in.
You know?
I'm willing to chip in, but I don't want it to be my duty. That's your primary duty. Let me stay in my primary. I help while I'm behind. I don't take leadership. That's the right woman's perspective, you know. So you want to know whether this person can pay, and that does not say they are always liquid. Remember, you may meet in a period of financial smallness. We are actually in the beginner stages of life. We don't have a lot of clothes to wear. We're not changing clothes too much. But can you see a person who is really managing what they have? Can you see them having to buy what they have to buy and having to show up where they need to show up without overstretching, living beyond their means, without pretending, without borrowing too much? Because if they've been borrowing to impress whoever, it means now that's one way they're running into the negatives. What shall you conclude? We say you only know it's a temporary financial inconvenience when you can see it is situational, not mindset. Mindset is habitual. This was a happening, not a habit. A happening is when the family may have suffered something and they were forced to contribute doing this ABCD. But even then, it does not just fall on them. See that it was a spread thing. You see that their job was interrupted. They scaled down where they live. You don't have a person who is rent arrears for 6 months. Why are you not moving from that house? When do you have to accumulate so many months? When will you ever pay that? What if they auction you? You don't think so deep. That is pretense. You are not owning up to the situation. If you can't pay 1 month, the second one, you adjust your life. Actually, many landlords will be happy if you just leave by second month, and you have not paid. You start on the deposit, and then now, sorry, this one I can't do. And then many of them will just happy to let you just go, so they can rent out their house. Now you are not leaving. You're already doing cat and mouse. You're already hiding. They bring you there, and you have to tiptoe. It's that you are going to steal, and you're just going to see where they live. And somebody knocks, they panic. No. You should have adjusted to the life you can afford. You should have gone, if you see that this is not working, change. When people are real, they don't keep pretending. You're holding on to this prestigious house and your finances have already shifted. Be practical, be realistic. In fact, you don't want to take money to just consumables. You also want money that is remaining to grow you. Because if it's all of it going to rent, living costs, you're not growing. You're grinding. You want to grow. If I'm earning this much, and you said overall that your living costs, when they are very expensive, they should be half your income. Your living costs. When you're living an expensive life. Because no more people will be using 30-40% of what they earn. And you're not talking about stepping stones. Sometimes you're not in your job. You're pending by trying to find the job. We are talking about when you are now in your course, growing, and right now you're earning this much. You're earning this much. You organize your life knowing, predictably, I'll be earning this way for the next 1 year. Predictably. Predictably, I'll be earning this way for. You organize your life, you get a bed sitter instead of 2-bedroom to prove this and the other, you know. Especially if the career has big name for nothing, like lawyering. When you're entering law, you have a big name with small money. The big boys are carrying home money and giving you peanuts. And you're the one doing the donkey work. That's a cost of entering enterprise. Engineer, big name. Doctor, big name. No money. Why should you go to big estates and you're just a beginner? Be humble. Don't even broadcast what you are. Get this bed sitter. Get this simple. If honestly you're earning 30,000, paltry, really pennies. You know, and you're a big name of a lawyer. Don't bother about the status. Don't bother about nothing. Get a 6,000 house or 5,000. Do your groceries at home. Visit home strategically to carry groceries. To carry a lot of flour. Balance your life to live around 10,000, 12,000 per month. The other money is for the critical knowledge you need to liberate yourself from this slavery. Get the right books, get the right trainings, visit the right mentors. Use that money to actually break free. If all the money is going for your living cost because the house is 20,000, the other one is this. You can even share. You know, sometimes you share for a period to share the rent. When you find a person you rhyme well, you just share so that you can. And that is very normal abroad. When people go abroad, the survival force system. Only here we are too petty.
Why are we like that?
Too much image to prove I don't know to who.
And then we live in third world.
Yes.
So we wonder what we're fighting about.
You know.
What we're trying to prove.
You know, you go abroad, you realize it's very normal.
Yeah.
One house, 10 students. Kitchen is only a common thing. So here,
Yeah. And they do that when they come here. You find expats,
Yes.
expert students, or
Yes.
beginner or middle level workers who are expats.
Yes.
They're living in a house, 10 people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they don't see a big deal. You take the same house, you alone, to prove I don't know to who.
Yeah.
The whole day only cockroaches are there.
I know.
You are coming in the evening and you are paying all the
And
rent.
mosquitoes.
You know?
Yeah.
What are you doing? That place is just for sleeping, you know? And that season you don't have money. That's not time for luxury and status. So you
Yeah.
need to see a person who is not overrunning their ability and getting into negatives and stress.
Okay.
Broke people always look stressed. You can always tell.
You can tell.
Yes.
You can tell.
Yes.
The thing about business, consultancy, freelancing, and some employment, like government, you know, those employers
Yeah.
who can pay you after 3 months,
Yeah.
6 months, you've not been paid.
Correct.
Is that you develop a lifestyle where you get large sums of money and then a long dry spell.
Yeah.
And so when you talked about you've not paid your rent for 6 months and why you're not moving to a different house, I imagined that someone listening to you from that kind of financial environment will be offended. What would you say to such a person?
No, they're earning. We're talking about a person who's accruing arrears without earning. Government delays, but it always pays, isn't it?
Okay, let's go to business. You're accruing arrears because you're in the dry spell. And you're also, hoping and believing that sometime you're going to get the big job or a big tender, and then you will pay back.
In fact, that is the psychology of bad debt. One rule in any entrepreneurship is it 90-day observation period? As much as you're trying, you're supposed to have a window beyond which you should not continue taking risks.
Okay.
In fact, most business people tell you that most of the businesses you can run them from residential. When these go haywire, you don't sell the basic machines, the basic equipment. If you had a printer, for example, don't sell it. Keep it at home. Fish for business is online. Come home, print, deliver. There comes a time you stop paying another rent in the office. Because for the last 2 months, things have not been good and I exhausted my deposit. Most people don't go beyond the deposit they had put. And I hear government telling landlords to deposit with them because they always run away with it. So government is asking landlords to give the government the deposit. So the government can settle it with the tenant and between you. But it's to say, we are not saying that you should always run away. We are saying when you find a person has now 8 months, 1 year, because people are in arrears for a lot of money until they will be auctioned. Everything there is already now not even worthy. And they are threatened. You know, when you're in debt, you live in fear because the person may ambush you anytime. You don't know what they may do. But if this person can accrue so much debts month after month after month after month, are they practical? Are they skilled in life? You need basic skills in life.
Okay.
You don't have to maintain a status of an expensive house when you cannot afford it anymore. Yes.
Okay. You talked about people being licensed, and I remembered that there's something called black market. And there are some kingpins of the black market. Is it bad?
If it is illegal, they'll be arrested one day. Who will you be married to? This person will be in prison for so many years. Now why are you marrying a criminal? You want a person whose life is not illicit. Get a person who what they are doing is real. Brokerage sometimes may look like it's, but when it is legal, so some people just do brokerage. That's their job. And in fact, even auctioneers are licensed. When you say licensed, we mean they are qualified to run a particular trade. You know that people are so general, they have never learned anything. And they're not skilled. Sometimes even if the government is not giving licenses, you have opened your business, you're licensed, that you can run your business. That's what we're talking about. You have matured enough for a particular trade. You're not using the word business. Consultancy, some people call themselves anything. And they can't show you what they're skilled, what they're trained in, because they have not invested in any training. Those they're hiding in between. Especially when they call themselves artists in one song in TikTok. Careful now.
I don't know what you have against TikTok today. Today.
Because people are hiding there. People are going there to hide. Content creator with one old joke. You know, are more fast names. People are using names you can't quantify.
Yeah.
Things you can't even measure, you know. You know,
Yeah.
content creator, okay, create one now, let me see. So what, can you create cash with the content? You know.
You're throwing shade now.
It's okay, but don't let people hide behind things you can't quantify. Yeah? And now when I ask you who you are marrying, what does he do? What do I say?
really have to think.
You know these guys who let me confirm. What do you do?
Yeah, tell me again. I know you told me 10 times, but just tell me again.
You know?
Yeah.
Because you hear now they hear they're in the house just the whole day, then they disappear again, and then shady life, eh?
Yeah.
But they have a YouTube, eh?
And some of them have good money.
When people are running anything that earns a man, let me tell you the truth, they're already an expert in it. They're just using YouTube as an outlet. TikTok is an outlet.
Yes.
Facebook is an outlet.
Yes.
There's no miracle on Instagram. You can't go to Instagram to sell nothing.
Yeah.
It must be real value that people enjoy. Otherwise, it will be an immoral thing. You're just displaying your body. So people do live for nudity at night. Now collecting some money there. How far can you sustain that? Shady things.
Yeah.
So you can't say content that don't tell me what. Can I see an example of the content? Some people are just artistic and they found a perfect channel online. Creating real life comedy, real life that they may not entertain on stage, but when they film it, like Jugush, this guy who does, he films it, comes out so well. He uses it to market, and you like it, authentic creativity.
Yes.
You can see this is not shady.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
But if somebody is hiding behind DJ, okay, DJ. The last time they earned anything from the DJ was 4 years ago.
Today you come with whips.
You know, a lot of people can DJ nowadays for free. You know, there's that app for spinning.
Yeah, there's an app for everything.
So don't brag with something that you can be replaced by electronics.
Yeah, AI. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so it's to say, make sure what they're calling qualification is tangible. It's not a hiding place.
Do you want me to walk away from a potential who has a lot of money, but the only gap is that I can't, it's black market?
Yes, because you'll be arrested as a co-conspirator, handling stolen goods, consuming stolen money.
But he's a consultant.
Abetting after the crime. I'm counting for you, your accusation. Those will be your counts. When you're taken to the accused stand. Please. In fact, anytime you see money and you can't see where it's coming from, run. Maybe they're swindling someone else and you're next.
Oh. I might also sponsor that lifestyle.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, that's yeah, that takes a lot of mental fortitude, I think. You know, especially if it looks like he's a man of good character.
Yeah.
But I can tell it's black market.
Correct.
It's something in, you know, easily.
Very good.
Yeah.
And sometimes they befriend banks, and some rogue bank workers, they give them soft loans for free. Because they use the cash flow, the float, to give one-day loans that are not documented. An illegal trade.
Yeah.
This person, let's say working bank A, and they are in charge of cash. They can give traders money for a day to return with 10% interest in the evening. Like the butchery, the guys would need loan in the morning, and then they recycle in the evening.
Yeah.
So usually it blows up. One of those people does not pay and they disappear. Then your person who you enjoyed this and explained money is arrested. Now they are in loan for 5 million. Start fundraising among your friends.
Yeah.
Without explaining why we are fundraising. You know, he was fixed. This lady was fixed. We didn't know. You know, that work, those guys are so malicious. Now the fine is 5 million.
Yeah, your friends are like...
How many millions again?
How will we help you? Even your rich friends, they're like...
you know...
How are we going to help you?
This black market always backfires eventually. Or the loophole is closed. The person is swapped. The workers are swapped. The one who could help them now is no longer there.
Okay.
Yes.
The last one. Someone who is wealthy, but you can't really tell whether or not he's financially organized, because the wealth is coming from somewhere like an inheritance, you know, like deep pockets from the father. And he's a good guy. He goes to church, loves Jesus, he ticks all the boxes. How will I tell whether he's financially organized or not if he has money?
Yeah, just look at the spending habits. Actually, it's very easy. Look at his work ethic, how he works. Even with the cash flow, with the money in the bank or assured inheritance. Can you see a drive? In university, I could see one guy vending porridge, and he was the only son of the topmost government official in that ministry.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
A guy in one of the government ministries, top employee, next to the CS up there. Mm-hmm. The only son. And he's selling porridge, learning to make his own money, living a low-key life.
Okay.
You could only see cool cars coming to pick him when he enters.
Yeah.
Comes very good cars and parks them.
Yeah.
Doesn't put it in your face or anything.
Yeah.
In school, there was a lady who would come last, and she would come with a very heavy machine and park it far away. She had no showy ways. She would just walk immediately before the lecture. So we noticed the pattern and I became interested. You know, when you have a car, you can rest in the car. The rest of us are coming from the rooms. We have really to run and secure a seat.
Yeah. Yeah.
For her, she'll come with a heavy machine and park somewhere, student parking, but very huge machine. Mm-hmm. And because class is at 9, she walks in 8:55. Just living a low-key, cool life, cooperating, until you came to realize she's the one who comes with that machine. But she was so low-key, easy. You'll discuss, you talk, a human person. I could see she's grounded and engaged with life. She was not bragging.
Yeah.
There's another guy who also had a tiny car that had big music. You know, these boys who have a tiny car, but the music is this big. They always have a pack of boys.
Yeah.
Carrying rigs, rowdy.
And all the windows are tinted and open.
Enjoying the father's wealth, never concentrating in class, always paying people to do their assignments, always after partying. You can tell a person who is not building. They're just eating what their parents built.
Okay.
I saw the contrast growing up, even before I knew the rules. These kids are coming from parents who have organized themselves, but you can tell who's engaged, who's growing, who's forefront, who is present. And they don't like revealing their identities that does not create barriers.
Yeah. Okay.
You only get to get a glimpse. So one day they give, you're going to town. I have some car here. Can I lift you?
And then
as you go to, you see another person.
Yeah, you're like,
I know these are small things as we journey. What parents have worked for themselves, and we are happy they did it, but we can't take pride in this. This is not ours. We have to. And that mindset was very admirable. This is how far they have done. Okay. Will I be able to give this to my children? Yeah. I'm trying to build my own sport. What they give me is only a seed for me to start with that and build more.
Okay.
So I can't put my mind on these things. They are not my things. That mindset changed to how I viewed the wealth.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode. Bye.
This is the Benjamin Zulu Global. Welcome our viewers from all over the world to the home of the Heart Matters. We're converging to learn together because when you know better, you can do better. And a better life is what we all want. Better work life, better family life,